All right, good evening, everybody. We are here at Seattle International. And let's see, it's Sunday evening. We're going to get the ATC up here real quick. Hope everybody's enjoying their evening, morning, wherever you may be. And we're just getting our audio set up here. Right. Looking good. All right, so we got audio now for the most part. We're going to get our ATC on here real quick. So here we are. We are at Seattle International Airport. We are on the north side of the field tonight. Welcome. If this is your first time joining the channel, please like and subscribe. Be awesome if you could do that. We are here for the duration this evening. When I say duration, I mean we're going to try and catch some heavies coming in here. No guarantees yet. I'm hoping against hope that we will have quite a few heavies that come in this evening, but we're just gonna kind of wait to see how that goes. And I'm just getting my audio set up here. I'm waiting. Let's see here. Trying to get my air traffic control here. So we got quite a bit going on right now. I mean, it is a busy evening here at Seattle International, as you can see. I think we may have audio now at this point. Let's see. So I'm going to switch back and forth between what we see here on the departure end of runway 16 left, and then we'll have some aircraft coming in as well. I'm expecting
land 16 left,
okay. Now we got our audio for the airport, which is awesome. Whoop, hello. So if you notice some signals go in and out, that is cables getting disconnected.
Hold short of runway 16 left.
I'm kind of running not blind, but I'm running a little bit. We'll get that figured out. Okay. Get our iPad connected so we can see what's going on traffic-wise. Might hear a little bit of an echo. That's just me standing in front of two microphones instead of one.
1218, contact departure plate. Good departure, 1218.
So welcome into the stream. Welcome into Go Flying. It is Sunday evening, Sunday the 28th. We are here on the north side of Seattle International, and we've got a pretty decent amount of activity going on this evening. Let me we'll go ahead and pull up our stream here. So if you're chatting right now, I am sorry I'm not watching the chat at the moment. I will get on there in a second.
Skywest 3884, Seattle Tower.
So just hang tight. Watch the aircraft departing here.
You go for Skywest 3884.
Skywest 3884, amend your instructions to be runway 16 center, taxi via Bravo, hold short of runway 16 left at Charlie.
Bravo, hold short 16 left at Charlie for 16 center, Skywest 3884.
Flat 663, runway 16 center, clear for Good takeoff. 1408, contact departure plate.
So being here on the north side of the field, we get a chance to see some
Skywest 146 Alpha, Seattle Tower.
very interesting arrivals because the way Seattle International does things here, they tend to stagger things a little bit. So we'll it's no big deal. We're gonna make it roll. We're make it work out here, but I'm just pulling up a few little last minute things here, and so bear with me.
Left 572, turn left at November, contact ground 117.
Okay.
November, ground 17 Alaska, 572 F1.
92638, traffic's in position, cross runway 16 left at Papa, then contact ground.
Cross 16 left at Papa, over ground, 92638.
Last 322, traffic's in position, cross runway 16 left at November, then contact ground.
Cross 16 left at November and ground on the other side, Alaska 3822.
Skywest 146 Alpha, Seattle Tower.
So if the
146 Alpha's with you.
playback is a little funky, we're still kind of working through that, but it should be okay at this point.
Amend instructions will be runway 16 center, taxi via Bravo, hold short of runway 16 left at Charlie.
All right, so we're here. This is Sunday evening at Seattle International. You can see we got quite a bit of a line here. We've got a few aircraft looking to get up and on out of here, which is kind of normal. Let's see here. I think I know what's going on here. I think this thing might be streaming to the wrong item. Give me 1 second here. Let's see if we can figure this out. Now. All right, bear with me. I'm still trying to figure out some of these things here. Okay, wire, Wi-Fi. Okay, all right, cool. We are on, I believe we're on the right network now at this point. Too many hotspots. All right, so if you're joining us for the first time this evening, this is Go Flying. This is Seattle International Airport. We are on the north side of the field. Probably more specifically, we're lined up with runway 16 left. So it's a south float day. That is normal when we have this kind of weather, believe it or not. Here we are in summer now. It is in the 50s, I would say. It's in the 50s. Obviously, you can see by the video screen, we have a fair amount of cloud cover. But, you know, it is what it is. We just kind of roll with it. This is summertime. They say here in Seattle, and I've lived here for 25 years now, they say in Seattle that the summer doesn't start until after July 4th. So I'm going to take them at their word and hope against hope that that is in fact the case, because some summers, man, you know, it just happens. It just all of a sudden just happens. So we'll keep an eye on it. You know, hopefully we'll see some sunshine. I mean, I've streamed over the past couple of weeks, and I've noticed there is a fair amount of sunshine to be had in June. So I'm not really sure why all of a sudden we're on the cusp of July, and here we are. But here we are. Okay, I am gonna just do a couple of quick things here. That's not what I want. So, you know, it's a typical evening departures right now. It's nothing, nothing is happening that's anything particularly interesting. But, you know, we're going to keep just watching and watching. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Oh, there we go. So welcome into the channel. Welcome into Go Flying. We are here at Seattle International. And yeah, man, we're doing it. Okay, I think I got everything straightened away now. Okay, so let's look at our flights here. Let's switch on over real quick and take a look at what our outbounds look like. We do have a special livery. This is Alaska that's going to Juneau. This is Disney Toontown. That is what you see out there at the moment. So I'm on a different lens today. It is what we call a prime lens. It's a fixed focus lens. So this is as close as I'm going to get today. But what it does allow me to do is get some amazing shots of planes that are coming in right over us. So I'm looking forward to that. So speaking of which, so we got that Juneau flight that is on its way. Let's take a look and see. So we got an Alaska flight here. And that Alaska flight, that's from Fairbanks. Let's see if we got any. We don't have any left side flights just yet. So we're just going to kind of keep our. Let's hold our horses here a little bit. But again, here's our special livery flight from Seattle to Juneau that is awaiting its takeoff. Let's see what's going on with our air traffic control here because they just kind of disappeared again. We are in Tower East for them. Yes. Okay. We'll have to figure out why my phone, there we go. It wants to keep connecting to my AirPods, which I don't want it to do. So, okay, so now we should be okay. Tell you what, gang, there's a lot that goes into producing one of these shows. We have got quite the lineup here. If we're looking at the stream here, you can see we got our Juneau flight, and then right behind that we got a E-175 to Palm Springs. These guys are obviously facing the wrong direction, going to Idaho Falls. I don't know how they do that. Bozeman, Montana. So a lot of 175s heading out the door right now. Payne Field, really? Seattle to Payne Field in the 737? Okay, sure, whatever. Seems like an awful waste, but whatever. I am. Okay, we do have a flight from. We do have an Eva Air cargo flight from Seattle to Taipei that's coming up. So most of the traffic, the way that Seattle works on a south flow, which is what we're in right now, the south flow is aircraft taking off to the south. Generally speaking, 16 left is the runway and that is used for the south flow. And actually, it would be 34 right that would be used for the departures. So they tend to keep all the aircraft that are arriving, all the aircraft that are departing on the runway closest to the terminal, and then the flights that are coming in will be on the runway furthest from the terminal, or sometimes the center. So Seattle has 3 runways. They have a left, center, right. Depends on what direction you're looking at. But right now, with the south flow, this is what we've got. So right now, this is our 175 that is currently what you see here. This one, it's one that doesn't seem to know where it's going in terms of flight radar because of the way it's set up. It looks backwards. I don't know why they're doing that on flight radar, but that one's going to Idaho Falls. And then we've got right behind there, we've got a Delta flight to Bozeman, which is right there. And then we've got right behind it another Delta flight going to Vancouver. I'm sorry, no, that's Alaska flight going to Vancouver. And then behind it is that flight going to, Painfield. I don't understand why the 737's going to Painfield. And then behind that is our flight from Seattle to Phoenix. So we've got our typical 737 domestic flights. We're hoping for several. When I say several, I mean several flights, international flights. Just adjusting my camera here real quick. Bear with me. But yeah, we're hoping for quite a few international flights, some heavies to come in. This is kind of the way Seattle operates. So let's see what's going on here. Why don't we have our air traffic control at the moment? Come back.
16 left on the way. That was 4039.
Airtel 2640, ILS 163.
So welcome in on this Sunday evening here in Seattle. It is obviously, depending upon where you're watching in the world, a different time.
120.9
This is the Go Flying channel. It's a new channel. It's a kind of a hobby of mine. I like to hang out at the airports and watch the aircraft take off and come on in. And so I'm happy you're in.
3688 LS 16 left.
SkyWest 3688, Seattle Tower, runway 16 left, cleared to land.
Oh, okay.
16 left, cleared to land.
Aviation Seattle, I see what you're saying there.
Right here, 2009 at Charlie, cross runway 16 left, runway 16 center, line up and wait.
On Charlie, cross 16 left.
Okay, that makes more sense now. You know that they're heading over there.
9961, Seattle Tower, Charlie, cross runway 16 left.
It's a really short ferry.
Charlie, cross 16 left up to 9961.
A lot of fuel being burned just to get over there, but I mean, I guess there's no other way to get up that way. I was actually driving past Painfield earlier today. I had something going on in Mount Vernon, so I was around there, and I was like, I gotta stop in, because I know the Dreamlifter is parked there currently, but they weren't flying out today, so I didn't make it over. Or it was parked there. I'm not sure if it's still there, but it was at the time.
3707 over.
Hey, you know what? I'm all about that. Skip that high five commute because it sucks. You know what? It's a Sunday evening, so it's probably not that bad right now, right? But yeah, there's definitely, driving I-5. I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're California, Oregon, or Washington State. I-5 is just it's just a joke. It's getting those major metropolitan cities, areas, or whatever, and it's just getting through. But I-5 on a Sunday is probably not terrible. It's probably not terrible. We do have a big boy coming in. That's our Aviair cargo that you can see a little bit off to the left there. There they are, and that is a 777 cargo. Converted. Hey, have you guys seen that video of that Qatar. Well, it's not quite Qatar yet because they haven't taken possession of it, but that Qatar flight, the 777 freighter conversion that they did, where the wingtip was probably about a person's height off of the ground. You know, a lot of my friends are like, "Oh, that's AI," but man, I don't think that's AI. I think that guy was showboating. I don't know if they're going to keep their license or not. I mean, they'll probably get a talking to, but that was pretty amazing to watch. When you think about it, you're banking to the right, you're flying the left seat. Well, I'm assuming you're flying the left seat, banking to the right. Yeah. Oh, we got a flight coming in here. It's just a 175. Where are they? There they are. It's 175 coming in. You know what's really interesting to me is that the 175s and the A220, well, maybe not so much the A220s, but the 737 series prior to the MAX series are so much louder than the MAX series, and then the newer Airbus aircraft, and then of course I was at Boeing Field just a couple days ago, and the 777X taking off was, I mean, it's not silent, but in the grand scheme of things, when you look at the engines on that aircraft, and the fact that you can fit a 737 through the nacelle of the engine of the GE9X, it's pretty freaking amazing when you think about it. And it's so quiet. It's so quiet in the grand scheme. I have the video. I actually filmed it at 120 frames per second, so you can still see the wheels turning as the gear is being retracted in the aircraft. It's on the channel. You should check it out. Yeah, banking before climbing. That's just that dude. I don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't know. But you know, it's just so funny to see that guy or gal. I'm assuming it's a guy because I don't think women would do stupid stuff like that. But come on. I mean, and, you know, the fact that it's being filmed and it's being posted all over the internet, you know, the FAA is going to want to talk to him. And I just, you know, it's like, what a crappy way to end your career if that's the way it ends up, you know? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can't imagine, you know, the 7.3s, the Maxes, you know, I just can't. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me how the 175s are. And actually, when I'm at Boeing Field, the Gulfstreams, the Globals, those are all way more. They're way more loud than you would get with the 777 or the 73 Maxes. All right, so taking the active right now is a 737. 900 going to San Diego, passing off in the trees there, and then of course there's our Eva Air 777 freighter.
Class 462, Seattle Tower, cross runway 16 center, November, hold short of runway 16 left.
Class 16 center here, November, hold short 16 left, class 462.
Yeah, that from a PR standpoint for Qatar, just no bueno, man. You know, they're probably going, why? We just want our freighter.
Class 1398, runway 16 west, cleared for takeoff.
Spray painted all over it, and you're just kind of going, you know, they didn't even take in delivery of the aircraft yet, and then they're dealing with that, and you're just going, it's not the best look.
Class
But
336, contact departure
yeah,
flight.
whatever. It's, I don't know what was in that dude's head, but you know, clearly he was interested in showboating for. There was a guy. There was a pilot. There was. I mean, he was right there on the ramp. He was watching and filming. So it's clear that they were doing that on. There was a reason for that, to do that. But. All right, there goes our Eva Air cargo. They will be taking off shortly. And right behind them is our WestJet.
Kiva 637 Heavy, runway
737, 700. Now, I said this on a live stream that I was commenting on earlier today. I call this the Squatty Potty 737 because it is a... it reminds me of these. For those of you who've been around long enough, the 747 SP, it reminds me a lot of that. It's just kind of like it's a little people version of the 737. Best way to put it. But we get a lot of WestJets up in here. This particular one is going up to Calgary, which is quite common. Oh, I can hear that 777 going. Should be punching right out from behind that tree right there. There they are.
WestJet 1555, Settle Tower, runway 16 left, line up and wait for wake turbulence, traffic across.
Wake turbulence, you think?
16 left, 1555.
Horizon 2034, Settle Tower.
All right, so we got a bunch of lineups and waits here. I do see a China Air cargo that is on the ramp and is currently taxiing. I'm guessing they're sequencing themselves for
16 left here, Nova, then ground
16 left. They're following another flight to Las Vegas, and then Albuquerque. Those are both Alaska flights. We have quite a few aircraft with active transponders on the field right now, and when I say active transponders, I mean when you look at it here on flight radar, you'll see
All right, we can expect 16 center.
what's going on here. It's all these aircraft that basically are lit up on flight radar. They have their transponders active, which the transponder just tells the air traffic control that they're there and they're doing whatever they're going to be doing. But you can see here, for instance, the 777 here that's going to Taipei. It's a much bigger aircraft than the one in front of it, which is a MAX 9. And we do have a Frontier flight. We got quite a number of flights. As a matter of fact, if I go ahead and click on,
hold short of runway 16
let's
left.
see here.
Delta 2640 tower.
Go ahead, Delta 2640.
Go ahead and click on the
Delta 2640 cross runway 16 center at Quebec. Hold
we'll
short of
go
runway
departures
16 left.
here.
Traffic goes into position.
Cross runway 16 center at Quebec, hold short of 1.
So we do have a
left
British
Delta
Airways
2640.
flight coming
Horizon
in
2034 cross runway 16
momentarily.
left at Charlie, runway 16 center, line up and wait, traffic's crossing.
Cross 16 left
Okay,
at
we have a
Charlie, 16
Hawaiian.
center.
This is a Hawaiian flight that is coming in from Honolulu. That is a 321 Neo. They should be off in the distance here. There they are.
Horizon 2017, Settle Tower, traffic goes into position. Cross runway 16
That is
center, November, hold short of runway
probably
16
a bit
left.
of temperature shock for those folks once they get off the plane.
November, hold short 16 left, trace 2017.
Delta 2640, cross runway 16 left, turn right 299 and contact ramp.
Cross runway 16 left, turn right to 99. Contact
We
ramp,
do have an
Delta
Alaska flight from Baltimore that is lined up. It looks like for the left side, so we'll get them a little bit closer.
1526, cross runway 16 left to Charlie, hold short of runway 16
I
center.
don't know where
Cross
our
16 left, hold short
Heathrow,
16 center left.
Heathrow flight land already?
Tower
And I
Alaska
just missed
379,
it?
Douglas 16 left.
Last 379, Settle
Let's
Tower,
take a look.
runway 16 left, cleared to land.
Alaska 379, clear land 16
I
left.
don't see
Horizon
them on the list
2017,
anymore.
cross runway 16 left, taxi to a beam your
Okay,
gate and
well.
contact ramp, traffic 3 mile final.
Cross 16 left, beam the gate to ramp, trace 27.
All the other flights are
2034,
coming in
runway 16
as
center,
scheduled. We
clear
have a
for
flight from New Orleans,
16 center, clear for
my
takeoff, right,
hometown.
2034.
Last 1526, runway 16 center,
So
line
we'll
up and
just
wait.
keep going
Line
with
up
it
and wait
here.
16 center, Alaska 1526.
Again, welcome into the channel. This is Go Flying. I know it's spelled a little bit funny. It is kind of just a reference to my Cajun upbringing, heritage. So down in Louisiana, if you're not familiar with the French settlements and things like that, way back, we kind of spell things a little bit differently, just kind of call attention to the fact that we're a bit different. And so EAUX can be just pronounced O. So go flying.
Roger,
So here we
2034,
are.
thanks for the help. Contact departure.
Hope that
flight.
helps.
Departure, no problem. Res 234, good day.
There's our. Oh, here's our Alaska flight. They should be right. There they are.
1526, runway 16 center, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 16 center, Alaska 1526.
Maybe eventually. There they are.
704, Seattle Tower, runway 16 left, line up and wait, traffic departs the center.
But there's our Air China. And that will be going to Taipei. Or China Airlines, sorry, not Air China. I think they're different.
Bus 379,
Not too
turn left
far
Lima, taxi
behind.
via Bravo 255 and contact ramp.
Lima, Bravo 55.
Oh, they've already
ramp,
landed,
Alaska
but they're you can see there's another heavy just back behind our flight to Taipei. That is an Amazon
Last 1526,
Prime
contact departure, thanks for the help, good day.
Alaska
flight
1526, no problem,
that
go on.
came from Stockton, California, I
Last
believe.
704,
Yes,
Oh,
and just arrived. And so there they go, into the ramp.
last 704, runway 16 left, cleared for takeoff.
I gotta say, yesterday when I was was it
Dynasty
yesterday?
5335
Yesterday,
Heavy, Seattle
2
Tower,
days ago?
runway
I think it was
16 left,
yesterday.
line up and wait.
Days kind of run together. Being at Boeing Field and seeing the 777X do its thing, the takeoff. I know there's a lot of publicity around the 777X being late, yada, yada, yada. But man, I tell you what, that plane is massive, and when it is finally certified by the FAA, that thing is it's going to kill it. It's going to kill it. Just like the 777 has killed it, and the 300ER variant has killed it. This is going to do the exact same thing. I'm confident of it. I don't care that no U.S. airlines have picked it up yet. It really is not designed for U.S. airlines. I mean, seriously, if you look at the amount of aircraft that the U.S. airlines are buying right now, they are traditionally the regional jets and then the 737s, which can be hell. There is multiple flights from Seattle to Reykjavik in Iceland, and they're in 737 MAX 8s. Personally, I can't do that, but I mean, the fact that they're using 737s to go way over to Iceland, it's a fairly lengthy flight. It's kind of nuts. That's what the airlines are going for right now, more fuel efficiency than anything else. All right, so there goes our 777 off to Taipei. See you later. What do we have there? What was I missing right
just outside
there?
of Douglas for the ILS, so it's left.
JetBlue 263, Seattle
Oh,
Tower,
that's just the
runway 16
primary.
left,
Okay.
cleared to land.
All right, let's see what's coming up
Last
in the
839,
interim
cross
here.
runway 16 left at Mike, then contact
On
ground.
the right side, we've got a flight coming in from another flight from San Diego.
2309, cross runway 16 left, taxi
We've
your
got
gate,
the
contact
United
ramp.
flight, which
Cross
is
16
actually
left
right
over the
there.
gate,
It's not
ramp
already
present 2309.
on short
Delta 831,
final.
cross runway 16 left at Quebec, turn right 299 and contact ramp.
Tons of flights here. I'll switch over here. Tons of flights coming in on
Okay, cross
the right
16 left
side.
at Quebec and then right to 99.
Normally what happens
Contact
here in
ramp, Delta
Seattle
831.
Skywest
on a
3887,
busy night
cross
like
runway
this,
16 left, turn right,
what they'll
299,
do
contact
is they
ramp.
will
Cross runway 16 left, right,
put
turn to
all
99
of
over ramp,
the
Skywest
regional
3887.
and smaller
268, cross runway
aircraft,
16 left,
non-heavy
November, then
aircraft
contact
off on the
ground.
right-hand side,
16 left, November, over to ground,
and then
Alaska
reserve
Horizon
the
2128,
left-hand
cross
side
runway 16 center,
for
hold short of runway 16 left.
the heavy
Cross
aircraft.
16
And the
center,
reason why they do that is multiple fold, but the biggest reason is the fact that they
1204 dash D52
they
75.
don't have to have as when they're landing the aircraft. Excuse me. They don't need the spacing requirements that you would have with the heavy aircraft. Heavy aircraft are generally 6 mile spacing in trail. The non-heavy aircraft are 3 miles. So you think about it, you get twice as many aircraft going through if you're landing non-heavy aircraft on the same runway. And then, you know, you got
United 2387, cross
larger
runway 16
aircraft that
hold short of runway
can take
16
up
left.
more space and more time.
Cross 16 center,
Okay,
Papa, hold short
so
16
what we
left,
got
653.
coming up here? Oh, this is interesting. This is a this is a Seattle flight to nowhere, and this is the new 787 livery, the Aurora livery that a lot of people have already seen. If you're a plane spotter, you've more than likely seen it already. Yeah. So this is what's leaving here. Let's see. Alaska 101. Let's find out where Alaska 101 is going. Let's do this here. Oh, we got a special livery here. Let's catch that. Oh, it's a new JetBlue.
Cross 16 center on November, short 16 left, Alaska 417.
So Alaska 101 is to London Heathrow. So there you go. Well, wait a minute. That's Alaska 101 is Heathrow to Seattle. You know what, gang? I don't know. All I know is that they're parking. There you go. They're not going anywhere. They're going out to the terminal. So that's why it says Seattle to not available.
JetBlue 263, turn left at Papa.
Turn left at Papa, JetBlue 263.
Which is cool. That's fine. I gotta say, and I've said this on multiple streams, I really do like that Aurora livery. I
JetBlue
think it's
263, I'm a midnight. You
pretty
turn left
classy.
at Quebec, then turn right on Bravo to 99. Once
There's
you're off
our
the runway,
Delta
contact
flight
top ramp. Good day.
from Redmond, Oregon.
Okay, Quebec, then right on Bravo, and then go to spot 99.
Back
and
there
contact ground
somewhere.
over there, JetBlue 263.
Last 417, cross runway
There they are.
16 left in November, then contact ground.
Cross 16 left down November, contact ground, Alaska 417.
Last 63, Settle Tower, runway 16
All right,
left.
what's
on
coming
runway
up
8,
here? What is
left,
moseying up the taxiway?
2387.
So we've
cross
got
runway 16
an
left at
Alaska
Papa,
flight
turn
to
left Bravo, then
LAX.
contact ground. Good day.
This is a 900 ER series that is heading out to LAX. And then right behind them is a MAX 8, Alaska MAX 8, headed to Fairbanks. And then also on approach, we have a flight 757-300 all the way from Atlanta. This is Delta 714. And I should be able to get them right about
Left 63,
there.
runway
Let's see.
16 left, cleared for takeoff.
165, Alaska 63.
We have a very narrow. So, okay, this is the time you. Well, first of all, we're in the land of evergreens, right? So it's kind of hard.
Left
These
1880,
trees never go
Tower,
away.
runway 16 left,
But we're
on
kind
the
of in a weird spot here where we have a very narrow window for the right side
Skywest
landing.
4141, Settle Tower, cross runway 16 center at Papa, hold short of runway
There they
16
are.
left.
Cross 16 center, Papa, hold short.
There's something you don't see a lot of. I got to tell you, as a passenger, I was not a fan of the 757. I know a lot of pilots are they love the 757 because it's kind of like a hot rod, and I get it. But as a passenger, to me, it felt like a stretch 737. And, you know, if you're sitting in the back of the plane, especially if you're traveling on business or whatever, and you're in the back of the plane, man, it was never fun for me. But that said, the best experience I ever had on a 757 was flying into John Wayne Airport.
Alaska 1880, runway 16 left.
Being in the back of the plane, and just that was a roller coaster ride of epic proportions, because you did not expect the plane to do what it did. And when you're in the back of a long airplane, you see everybody dip down before you. It's like being in a roller coaster. It's just super cool to watch. Anyway, welcome back, Aviation Seattle. Let's see, we've got coming up here on our right-hand side, we got a Delta flight from Ontario, California. Should be here. There it is. Little 175. Bye-bye. And then taking off on the left-hand runway here. There's 16 left. This is a Delta flight headed down to LAX. This is a 737-900ER.
2054, Seattle Tower, runway 16 left, line up and wait, traffic crossing, traffic, Airbus 737, 8 mile final.
16 left, and wait.
And then right behind them is a A220, which I find Delta is fairly fond of, the A220 series. Which is interesting. I mean, the A220, actually, I've ever been on one. It's been a while since I've flown. I used to fly all the time, both for business and as a hobby, and I can't say that I've ever been on a 220, but everybody seems to like them. I don't have an opinion one way or another, but shout out to the A220.
Delta 2854, runway 16 left, cleared for
This one's headed to Denver.
Liberty takeoff 16 left, Delta 2854.
So WMST 5065, I'm on the north end of the field, so I am where there is a huge water, I don't know if it's water treatment or water, it's a big water tank that's right behind me. I'm on the north end of the field. This is where we go for when we have a south flow. We'll go to the south side of the field when we have a north flow and catch all the aircraft running in. I'm in the kind of this weird spot where I have my lens that I really love that I'm using right now, but it's a fixed focal length, so this is about as close as I can get. I can't really zoom in anything more with this, but this is also a super low light lens, so it allows me to stay here later and catch more stuff. That was way too much information. Anyway, no, I'm on the north side of the field. South side every now and then. North side is great because I can catch both arriving and departing traffic. South side is predominantly arriving traffic. It would be great if there was a place to perch up and catch departing aircraft as well, but no, that's where we are right now. My plan is to get to the new what is it? It's the observation deck that they have in the C terminal at SeaTac, Seattle International. Oh, here we go. We got a close flight here. There we go. See, every now and then. I'm waiting for those heavies to come through for us, but it is what it is. The C terminal has a new observation deck that is both indoor and outdoor. It is through glass, as far as I know. Filming through glass can present some challenges depending upon the daylight. So I plan to go there, scout the location, and then I can see whether or not it's something that I'm going to stream from regularly or not. Also, you know, there are the airport authorities that may have something to say about that as well.
Short of runway 16 left.
Hey, cross 1600 on Papa, hold short of 16 left, Air Canada.
Can I see the runway guideline? Yes, I can. So you can see right there.
I wrote I spelled Papa for Delta 881.
That's our guide. I believe that is for
short of runway 16
that is for 16 right. So 16 center is in the foreground, 16 left we can't see at the moment, but yes, I can. That is our guide structure. So for those of you who have never been to Seattle before, this is our runway approach lighting here. It's on a massive structure, and this thing goes well past what you see here. But it's all elevated. In some cases 100 feet above the ground, and the reason being is that Seattle is on a plateau. Seattle International is on a plateau.
left at Papa, follow Sky West at Quebec to 99 and contact
Trucker Norm, how's it going?
Cross 16 left at Papa, follow Sky West and spot 99.
All right, so coming up next, Frontier flight
left, turn right to 99 and contact ramp.
headed to Las Vegas.
16 left and turn right to 99.
This is Brazos, the Ridgeway's Hawk. Now, I don't know, can you see that? This is as close as I can get, but I'm looking at a 5.5-inch screen right now, so that maybe you guys have a better view than I do, but if you're watching it on a larger monitor. Frontier is always interesting to me. Their tails are always interesting as far as what they put on there. But that's what makes them special. I'm doing well, Trucker Norm. I just kind of did this on a whim today. I was hanging out. I had done some live streaming gigs earlier this morning, and I had all my camera gear in the car and went back to the house, dropped the wife off, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to go to Seattle. She looked at me sideways, you know, kind of gave me a look like, okay, you do what you do. And I did what I did, and so here I am. Wasn't planning to be here tonight, but I've got so much work over the next week. I figured I got to get one show in before I'm just inundated with workload. So anyway, here we are. So, oh, look at that. You can see it off in the distance. Maybe you can. There it is. That is our...
Frontier flight 2408, Civil Tower.
That's our British Airways flight headed over to Heathrow. And that, my friends, is a 777-300ER as well. My formerly favorite Boeing aircraft is a 300ER. Now it's the 777X or 9 series or 10 series, depending upon what you're looking at. Yes, as far as being stacked, yes, this is normal. This is actually very normal. It kind of comes and goes in waves here, and a lot of airports in the U.S. are like this. They tend to be, you know, they're loaded. I don't know how to explain it other than there are times where they just kind of get all bunched up. They all leave at the same time, and it's like the 8 o'clock hour, the 9 o'clock hour. Then it calms down for maybe 10, 15 minutes, and then it gets all crazy again. And that's where we're at right now. So this is typical for a Sunday evening. I'm hoping to catch some heavies that are coming in. There's supposed to be a few, but we'll see. I'm going to roll tonight. I've been doing this, well, we've been here about an hour now, so I'm planning to roll with this till about 10 o'clock Pacific time tonight, and that really depends on the lighting and everything else and how it all looks. If you can't see the planes, then I'm not going to stick around. But I brought my special fancy lens that's supposed to work really well in low light, so we'll see how that goes. but this is as close as I can get with that. lens.
2051, contact departure flight.
Roger, thanks, Delta 20.
In case you're wanting to follow along,
SkyWest 4131, runway 16 left.
you
cleared
would
for takeoff.
head over to Flight Radar or
Left 1310, Settle Tower, runway 16 left, line up and wait.
well, I use Flight Radar. I mean, I know there's other ones. I use Flight Radar, and I also use ATC, the ATC app that is relatively new on the iOS and Android stores. I started using this from my air traffic control because it's stable, number one, and two, it's also very clear, as you can tell. I mean, the ATC, but there is quite a bit of differences from what you would see like with a I guess a normal stream when you're dealing with ATC. Or it's not ATC.com, it's something else. It's the ATC app, but and then Flight Radar. They're great companion apps right now. So ATC is if you're really into aviation, you're really into plane spotting, it's a great app. Between the two of them, their subscriptions are about, let's see, about $120 a year. So it depends on how much you're into it. I use these every time I spot, so they're worth it to me.
4131, good day.
Alaska 1301, turn left onto runway 16 center, turn right at Mike, hold short of runway 16 left.
All right, let me go.
Left 16 center, right at Mike, hold short 16 left, Alaska 1301.
American 2522, Settle Tower, cross runway 16 center at November, hold short of runway 16.
We'll have daylight. I mean, we're going to have daylight, yeah, for probably another
16 center on November,
half hour or so.
16
It's a nice part about streaming in the summer here,
2543,
is that we get a decent amount of light until fairly late.
16 center, Papa, hold short 16 left.
So here's our 777-300ER that is headed out
Delta
to
2949, runway
Heathrow.
16 left, cleared for takeoff.
British Airways.
Beaver 48, Quebec Heavy, Settle Tower, runway 16 left, line up and wait.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a big aircraft. You know what's funny is that one time I was flying out of Boeing Field, which is about 5 miles north of here, in a Cessna 182, and the way the runways are, they're very similar to here at Seattle. They're parallel runways, so you have the general aviation runway, and then you got the larger runway, usually designed for the Boeing test planes and larger aircraft. And so I came face to face with a 777. Back then it was just a 777-300ER, like what we just saw with the British Airways flight, and it puts everything in perspective. It really does. You just see it, and you're just like, you're looking up, and the nose cone is bigger than anything you could possibly imagine, and it humbles you very quickly, like as far as the sheer massiveness of that airplane in comparison to like a little Cessna, which is crazy.
16 left, line up and wait our discretion, horizon 2387.
Delta 2949, contact.
All right, so our British Airways flight is, I can hear them, and I can see them. There they go, off in the distance.
November cross 16 center, hold short 16 left, guys, 3048.
And hot on their heels is Seattle to Portland. That's an easier drive than it is a flight, I think.
Southwest 3518 at Pop Cross 16 center.
So that, what we got here, okay, so here's our lull. So here, I'm going to switch over views here. This is what I'm seeing. So you can kind of get a sense of the way things are going here. So here we are, we're heading into the latter half or latter quarter of the 9 o'clock hour, right? And you can see that the planes are starting to get a little bit sparse here on Flight Radar, right?
All right, November cross 16 left and contact ground skies 3048.
Over just a tad.
Southwest 3518, Travis in position at Papa crossing 16 left, 99 via Bravo, contact ramp.
And
cross
so
Alaska
we'll
Papa,
move this
right,
over.
Speedbird 4, expect heavy contact departure. United 326 Seattle Tower.
And so you can see there's just not a lot going on. I mean, we got a flight to San Francisco. We got a flight to not available, wherever that's going. Santa Rosa, California, Reno, Anchorage. So we do have our outbounds here. They're going to start stacking up here. Right here, we see the worldwide flight services. They're going to start stacking up along this taxiway that I wish I could draw on it right now. I just don't have my little pencil with me, but you can see where this Alaska flight is right here. So this is our taxiway.
They all kind of get stacked up. Mike, hold short 16 left.
Back taxi 16 center to Mike.
So now what we got here is a flight headed to Portland, and then this Southwest flight is headed to Denver.
Southwest 4845 Seattle Tower 16 left on our way.
Little tip for you. You generally know when an aircraft has been cleared for takeoff, or at least line up and wait when all the lights come on the aircraft at nighttime. Specifically, even in the daytime, you'll see it too. When the wingtip, they call it anti-collision lights, the white blinking lights. Those lights, when those pop on, that usually means that the aircraft is cleared for takeoff, and they're on their way to wherever they're headed. They're on their takeoff roll. So you'll see that. So if you're on an airplane, or if you're watching the airplanes and you see all of a sudden they go from like where you see right now, or this aircraft here, the 175 that's behind, that's headed to Fresno.
4845 runway 16
It's so bad. I mean, look at this. I saw this before, but look at the airport code for Fresno.
Skywest 3410,
come on.
for the center.
But anyway, we'll move past that. Yeah, I mean, you've got.
See you 2387.
Skywest 3410.
So this guy has his lights going on yet? No, they have not. Oh, there they are. Yeah, he's got his beacons on now. So, same thing.
Alaska 41 Seattle Tower for traffic back taxi runway 16 center Mike, hold short and 16 left.
Back taxi 16 center Mike, hold short of 16 left, Alaska 41.
American 751 Seattle Tower, November crossing 16 center, hold short and 16 left. Alaska 481X, just stay on November crossing 16 center, hold short and 16 left.
Alaska 41, stay on November, cross 16 center, hold short 16 left.
Alaska 371 with you for the left.
371 Seattle Tower 16 left, clear land traffic position.
Clear to land.
I thought it was looking a little dark here. Let me see if I can adjust my
Skywest
brightness settings a little bit here on my lens.
Takeoff, Scott 3343.
Much better.
Skywest 3410, traffic on a 4-mile
Don't have to look so dark anymore. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
We need some more time, Skywest 3410.
So 3410, Roger, hold short and 16 left.
Hold short 16 left, Skywest 3410.
American 751 at November crossing.
So let's see if we have any flights on the inbound here.
1600, hold short 16 left, American 751.
Southwest 4845, contact departure.
Switching Southwest 4845.
We do have a flight from Missoula, and then we also have a flight from Spokane. And the Spokane flight is coming in on the right-hand side, and I can actually see it, too. So we will
Alaska 469, traffic on 3-mile final, Mike crossing 16 left underground.
Mike cross 16 left ground, Alaska.
Thanks for coming in, everybody. It is Sunday night, at least here in Seattle. Want to appreciate everybody who is watching, has dipped in, dipped out, whatever. This is Go Flying. It is a relatively new channel, and it is largely supported by you guys just tuning in and hitting that subscribe and hitting that like button. That's all that we need right now to kind of keep things moving forward. All right, so we do have this flight
Envoy 43,
from Spokane. This is 737-900ER, so that explains why this guy is hold short, because we've got another flight See where they are. Right there. There we go. So, you know, we get the occasional flight that comes in.
Sky West 3410 at Charlie, cross runway 16 left, hold short, runway 1600. Just let me know when you're ready to go.
Roger, cross, runway 16 left, hold short.
Hey, Trucker Norm, where are you these days? Just kind of curious where your travel's taking you.
Horizon 2147.
Okay, so taking the active right now is a flight to Santa Rosa, which I mentioned before, and then we got a flight to Calgary, and then behind that, a A321neo that is headed out to Miami.
All right, pop across runway 16 left. Contact ground.
Oh, wait, no,
4307.
United 326, Quebec, cross 16 left.
Different zone.
Quebec, cross 16 left, contact ground 9 to 326.
Horizon 2138, November crossing 16 center, hold short, no 16 left.
If you're new to the channel, check in, just say howdy on the chat. You don't have to lurk. You can just say hi. It's cool. Nobody's gonna bite your head off here.
Tower Sky is 3410.
We are just watching planes. You know, we're watching planes here at Seattle International. It is a very nice Sunday evening here. A little bit on the nippy side for this Cajun, but it could be worse. It could be 95% humidity and 100 degrees. So I'll take this. It's fine. Oh, leaving for Reno. Cool. Okay.
Contact ground.
All right, at November cross 16 left and contact ramp or ground, Horizon 2138.
All right, so that's our flight going to Miami. Let's see if we got anybody else lined up.
Horizon 2138.
We do have a WestJet. Oh, now this is interesting. I believe they are lined up for the left side, but we'll see. This is a Dash 8. Some people call it the Q400. That will be coming in. They're on a 5-mile final at this point. Wow, we got a lot of birds.
Alaska 667, would you rather depart?
Nobody's ever seen that Alfred Hitchcock movie, The Birds. That's what I'm looking at right now. It's kind of
Would you rather have the center or wait for an arrival on 10-mile final?
We'll wait last 667.
Everywhere.
Horizon 2147, runway 16 left, left takeoff.
All right.
16 left.
No, we're just hanging tight.
47.
Hanging tight.
American 1471, Seattle traffic.
Now they're all over me.
What
What
line of weight?
kinds of
16
birds are
left,
these?
line of weight, American 1471.
Wow.
Skywest 3410, contact.
All right, so you see he got his
United 15,
winglet
Seattle Tower, Quebec, crossing 16
beacons on right now. Okay, so he got his clearance for
center,
takeoff.
Quebec, hold short 16 left, United 1577.
United 692, Seattle Tower, pop crossing 16 center, hold short 16 left.
Cross 16 center, pop over short 16 left, United 692.
So we got, let's see here, coming up next, that's that Q400, which should be, did I miss him already? I probably did. Yeah, he's already on short final. All right.
American 1471, runway 16 left, left takeoff.
Service takeoff 16 left, American 1471.
So coming up here, the Alaska flight that is right behind here. It's heading up to Anchorage, 737 MAX 9.
Tower Alaska 339, D-glass for 16 left.
339 Seattle Tower, wind 2207, runway 16 left, clear to land.
16 left.
And then right behind them
339.
is a 737-800 headed over to Bozeman. That'll probably wrap up our 8 o'clock flights because I'm starting to see, stacking up here,
All right, over departure horizon 21.
all our departures for our 9 o'clock hour. So we got Phoenix, Reno, San Francisco. Oh, that's coming in already. They already came in. So we got another flight here, LAX, Seattle. That they already parked. So there you go. Kind of gives you
American
a sense of what's coming up here.
Officer departure, American
Plenty
1471.
of domestic flights. And let's see, we've got something else coming up here. We have at 9 o'clock, we have looks like oh, this is the Honolulu flight that just arrived. What arrivals we've got coming up here? Another WestJet. Oh, they're already in. They're already in. Never mind. Oh, here we go. Special livery, too. We've seen that plane before.
On 43750 Seattle Tower,
that is our
November cross 16.
UNCF livery.
Course 3750.
Delta 2092 Seattle Tower, Papa Cross 16 center, hold short 16 left.
Papa Cross 16 center, hold short 16 left, 2092.
Left 667, run 16 left, line of wake, traffic will cross.
16 left, line for wait, Alaska 667.
It looks
Alaska 339, turn left
well,
at
not
Mike, left Bravo
suspiciously
underground.
late, but it looks a lot like some of the Star Wars liveries that they have for Alaska.
United 692, Papa Cross 16 left,
All right,
traffic
what
on
else is
exiting
coming
prior to you,
in?
left Bravo to 88, contact ground.
Cross 16 left, Papa, left Bravo, over to ground, United 692.
Got a Boston
United
flight
1577,
headed
cross 16 left,
in.
990,
We
Bravo
also
for ramp.
got from Medford,
All right,
Oregon.
clear to cross 16 left, left under Bravo.
Hey, look and see if we've got any heavies showing up anytime
43750
soon.
November, cross 16 left, traffic in position, left Bravo underground.
Cross 16 left, we'll route traffic over to ground. Core 3750.
Delta 2092, traffic in position at Papa Cross, runway 16 left, exit to 99 via Bravo, contact ramp.
Okay.
All right, cross 16 left to Papa, Bravo to 99 over to ramp, Delta 2092.
United 692, if you saw me, it looks like they're clearing out that alleyway, so probably pass behind that traffic.
Yeah, 692.
Looks like we do have a flight from Kauai coming in. That's an A330, it looks like. And let's see what else we got coming on here. We have a flight from Honolulu. That is also looks like a 330.
Alaska 667,
And
wind
then, let's see.
2008, runway 16 left, clear for takeoff.
16 left, clear for takeoff, Alaska 667.
Alaska
Well,
458, Seattle Center,
I don't
16
see
left,
any
line of wait.
heavies on the docket here, but we'll
16 left, Alaska
keep an eye out. Sometimes they pop up at the last minute.
Seattle 3832, Seattle Tower at November crossing 16 center, hold short 16 left.
On November, clear to cross 16 center, hold short, 16 left to Skywest 3832.
All right, have to keep adjusting my.
United 2241, Seattle
Aperture
Tower,
here.
is an Echo, cross runway
Yeah,
16
keep it nice and bright
cross
in
at
here.
16 center, a right turn on Tango.
Right on Echo, cross 16 left, cross 16 center, right turn Tango, United 2241.
So definitely busy up here in Seattle. We've got several flights that are headed out, and then we've got a bunch just seem to be heading out pretty soon. They're either on the way to heading out, or they are just ready to push back. So we've got quite a few.
644 Seattle Channel, 6 left, line of wait.
That way is 16 left, last 44.
Departure on 667.
United 2241, right turn Tango, right turn Charlie, hold short, runway 16 center.
Trucker Norm, I can't imagine being at Reno when it's this time of the year. I can't imagine that it is good temperature. Now I know that Pip doesn't like the heat. I'm okay with it, but I'm kind of curious what your take is on it. Because
anything, I'll let you know.
Thanks, sir.
you know, here in Seattle, we've got a bunch of people that just can't seem to handle anything above 85. And I know Reno gets pretty hot, but I'm wondering what it would be like, you know, this time of year, heading out there. I can't imagine that it's cool, but then again, I haven't looked at the temperature.
Large 1850 Seattle Tower, Quebec crossing 16 center.
Hey, Seattle flights, welcome in. No, I have not. And you know what happened? I was going to go, actually, I was going to go today, but the visitor pass that Seattle has is, it is suspended. And I don't know if it's because of the World Cup here or if there's something else going on. I'm guessing it's the World Cup. But yeah, no, I can't get in. I can't, I was going to, seriously, I was going to go today. Or I was going to try and go yesterday, but no bueno, man. Can't do it. They if you go to their visitor pass website right now, they have dates that are blocked out. You cannot get a visitor pass into the terminal. And unless there's some other way to get in that I don't know of, then I'm kind of stuck. I kind of have to wait until this is all done. All the shenanigans that are happening because of the World Cup. There we go. That's another aircraft over there going on the 16 right, way off in the distance. Gives you an idea of the scale of the airport. I mean, when you look at it, this is where all the aircraft were lining up to depart on runway 16 left, which is right. That's that aircraft there.
304 Seattle Tower for correction.
This airport's it's pretty big. I mean, it's not. It's like in the grand scheme of things, it's probably half the size of DFW. So if you're ever flown in a DFW, it is half the size at best. It's half the size. Likely it's probably more like 1/3 the size in terms of the overall acreage that it consumes. But yeah, we this is what we have we have 3 runways and that's it on one side. There's no parallels here. Sorry, there's no multiple parallels, like one side of the airport, another side of the airport. Everything's on one side. Yeah, so Seattle flights, I figured that was, you know, I kind of understood that to be the case, and that's fine, whatever. It just kind of sucks because we want to get out there. I want to get out there and do a little bit of streaming, but yeah, it's not going to happen right now. It's fine. You know, we're going to have plenty of time for that. I'm really curious to see how that place, that perch, is going to do for us as plane spotters in the Seattle area during the winter months. Because that is where I'm standing, which you know very well, this spot here, I'm not standing out here in the middle of winter. Just not going to do it. I'm a plane spotter, but I'm also a practical person, and I'm not going to stand out when it's, 20, 25, 35 degrees, and that's it. Yeah, I'm just not doing it. So maybe the plane spotting perch that is the observation deck that they built will mitigate that to some extent. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, what's coming up next here? We have yet another 175. This is Delta 3913 headed down to Portland. And on the takeoff roll out there in the distance is a 175, Seattle down to San Jose, California. Hope everybody's having a good evening. I know I am. This is one of those places that, you know, kind of just it's a great way to relax and just kind of take it easy. And so for those of you who've plane spotted in person, not just through YouTube, but have actually been out to the airport, felt that kind of deep bass, that rumble kind of go through your body on a takeoff roll of a heavy aircraft, you know, that's kind of a special moment. So, you know, I do my best to capture that stuff for you guys, but, you know, the reality is that if you have an airport close to you that's got some big jets that come in and out of it, you got to get over it. You just got to get over it. There's nothing that compares to being able to see those birds up close. I was at Boeing Field just a couple of days ago, and I saw a 777X takeoff roll, and it was it's just amazing. You know, that plane, for all of its might, for the length, the size, and the engines of it, it's really hard to understand what it's like to be there when the thing takes off. But it's not something that jars you. It really is not. It's not something that makes you feel like, you know, this deep rumble. It's those high bypass turbofans do not generate a ton of noise, and what you get is more of a whine, I guess, kind of like what you hear with the A220s, what they call it, the Wookiee plane. It's similar to that, except it's a higher pitch, and it did a short field takeoff. I've got the video on the site, on the YouTube channel. You should check it out. Mainly because I filmed it at 120 frames per second. You can see those blades spinning, and then you can see the wheels still turning as the gears being retracted in the aircraft. It's super cool, but it just shows you. I mean, that plane is it's not loud. It's not loud. So it makes it weird when the 175s and the G550s and the Global 7500s all sound louder than the 777X. Hey, Robbie, how's it going? Welcome in. So we are in a bit of a lull. I would guess this is because it's the beginning of the 9 o'clock hour. But what do I see? What do I spy with my eyes here? I've got 2 flights coming up here. I've got a Burbank. Oh wait, no, that's Burbank to Seattle. They already landed. I've got a Seattle flight to Sacramento, and that is that's a 737-900 ER that's heading our way. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got a Southwest flight, Seattle to Baltimore. Let's see, the Polaris has already landed. Yep, so I'm just going to keep an eye on things. So my game plan, just so you guys know for tonight, I'm doing a couple things. I'm doing this because it's Sunday night, something to do, right? The other thing is I'm testing out this lens because the lens itself can't get very far in. It's the focal length of the lens is fixed. It's what they call a prime lens. But what it can do is it can work in low light situations. So I'm going to keep hanging out here. Well, first of all, for as long as I can. I don't know if I'm in this area of the city. I don't know if I'm supposed to leave by nighttime or not. I don't know. Sunset's already happened, but I just want to test this lens to see how it handles the low light situation. So that's 2 reasons why I'm here, and of course to be able to chat with you guys. Going to Yosemite, right on. Hey, man, you know what? I've never been, and I guess I'm not too far away, being in Seattle, but just summertime. It's summertime. It's time to do that kind of stuff, right? All right, so we've got our flight that's slowly starting to pop around the trees here. This is our Seattle to Smurf, Sacramento flight. And this is, like I said, this is a 737-900. We do have an aircraft on final. Yeah, Robbie, I think one of the things I want to do once I get to that age where I can just take the time off, I think I just want to, you know, just go like for an entire summer. You know what? And if I have the money, go for an entire freaking year and just drive around the United States. I've only done, it's not even really a cross-country flight. It's a cross-country drive. I have driven from when I got hired way back in my early years in my career. I got hired to move to California from Louisiana, and I drove that once. And it was a drive. It was, 3 days solid for sure. And for those of you who know I-5 in California, it is the worst. It is the absolute worst. But I went through Barstow and Bakersfield and then drove up I-5 to San Francisco. It was the worst. So I'm hoping to drive through some more scenic spaces. I know once you get to the Midwest, it's flat, a lot of cornfields, blah, blah, blah. But, to explore that, to be able to do that kind of stuff sounds like a lot of fun. So, going to Yosemite and going to I've never been to the Grand Canyon, believe it or not. I'd love to go do that, but all in due time. All right, so this is our flight to Portland, 737. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's an E-175. And they're disappearing behind the trees. Yeah, I-5 is, I don't really have a nice comment to make about I-5, and I try to keep, unlike some of my other channels that I have going, I try to keep this one relatively family-friendly. But let's just say that I don't have a lot of love in my heart for I-5 between SoCal and NorCal. It's just, it is, at least in my opinion, it's one of the worst drives. There's nothing to see. There's a lot of smells, best way to put it, that I just, you know what? I don't have to keep experiencing that. I'm good. I'm good. All right, so let's see what we see. I'm just trying to check out the map here. I know we had a lot of flights on the docket that seem to be lined up for, okay. So, well, we should be stacked up pretty quickly here. We got a lot of flights that are scheduled to depart in the 9 o'clock hour. And then as far as arrivals go, what do we have? We've got our flight from Kauai, and a Honolulu flight. I thought we might have some other heavies, but it doesn't appear to have a bunch. Yeah, that's okay. You know what? We'll roll with it. Just keep going. But it is a, relatively... Oh, here's our Hawaii flight. One of them. I don't know why. So last time I was here at this particular spot, you can see that's the plateau. You just touched down right there. This spot where I'm at right now was, I don't know, a month ago? Whenever I was here, Seattle flights, if you're still on. We had a lot of variations of aircraft on the left side of the runway structure here. So it was great. It was actually, we got some 747s, we got a bunch of heavies on the left side. And for some reason today, I don't know if it's a Sunday thing or what, but we don't see a ton today lined up. And what we do have coming here, we've got an Alaska, we've got 2 Alaskas actually. one is headed to San Francisco, and they are cutting. Yep, there they are. They're cutting right in front. The other flight right behind them. That's the E-175 going to Billings. Yeah, I don't want I-5 at all. Just they can. No, thank you. No, thank you. Not a fan. There goes our Alaska flight. I actually had, it's interesting, last night with my wife and I had a little date night action, and we went to a local restaurant, and we were talking about, I don't know if you guys have seen that, I mentioned it earlier, but the flight, that the Qatar freighter that was just feet off the ground when it banked right as it was doing a low pass over this airfield in Texas. But we were talking about it, and then a person sitting at the bar started kind of look at all those birds. Look at all of them. And then right behind that is a big bird. So they were asking me about Alaska and that guy. I don't know if you guys remember the guy who worked he worked the ramp, and he took one of the Dash 8s, one of the Q400s, Horizon Q400s, took it for a joyride and eventually planted it in an island out in the middle of Puget Sound. She was talking about him and everything, and I was kind of saying, well, that's Horizon, it's not Alaska, even though it's branded Alaska, it's technically Horizon. And she got into an all-out fight with me about it's all Alaska. I'm like, well, no, technically it's not. It's Horizon, their branch. And she's like, I don't want to hear about your branch stuff. And I'm going, wow, okay. Not interested in having this argument with you. Yeah, because we have in the United States, we've got a ton of regional carriers that fly under the flags of the larger carriers, right? So you've got SkyWest, you've got Brickyard, of course you've got Horizon, and yes, they are branded after their flagship carriers, but they are not. There's another Alaska. They're not. When you listen to them on air traffic control, for instance, they are very much Horizon. And did my battery die? It did. Okay, we're gonna plug in the phone. That's why the air traffic control went away. We will fix that in a heartbeat because somebody brought their charging cables with them. All right. So yeah, it was one of those conversations where you just kind of look at yourself, or you look at the person and you go, are you just interested in, having an argument or a disagreement with me? Is it something I said? Is it the way I look? Or is it just the way, is that who you are as a person? So, anyway, that was a weird offshoot. Okay, so now we have an A220. This is... Here's our A220 on its way to Phoenix. This is let's see, this is Delta 2447. And again, I'm going to adjust my brightness just a tad. There we go. So they apparently have already been cleared for takeoff because they've got their anti-collisions on. All right. See if I can get my ATC back now. And let's see. Come on. Give me right Bluetooth. All right, there we go.
Alaska 771, Seattle Tower. Traffic
There we go. Air traffic control is back.
Line up and wait.
Wait 16 left, Alaska 771.
So this is our Alaska flight that's headed to Anchorage. That is a 737-900. Figured I'd share this with you guys. This is something kind of nice to see. This is the sunset. It's kind of this great
Alaska 60
pink-looking, pink-orangish-looking sky.
All right, on November, cross 16 left, or excuse me, 16 center, short of 16 left, Alaska 60.
Alaska 771, runway 16 left, go takeoff.
Alaska
A
771.
little bit on the bright side, so let's see if I can drop that down just a bit. There you go.
Third departure, Delta 2447, good night.
There we go. Look at that. Look at the colors. That's just beautiful.
Alaska 1431, Seattle, November, cross runway 16 center, hold short, runway 16 left.
On November, cross 16 center and hold short of 16 left, Alaska 1431.
All right, what do we have coming up here? We've got a flight to Tampa. We've got a flight to nowhere. Because that's what it says.
Seattle Tower, Alaska 326, visual 16 left.
Alaska 326, Seattle Tower, wind 2107, runway 16 left, clear land.
Clear land 16 left, Alaska 326.
And adjust it a little
Alaska
bit
517, traffic on a 5-mile final, Mike, cross runway 16 left on the ground.
All right, cleared to cross 16 left, Mike, Alaska 517.
Here's our control
Alaska 16,
tower.
November, cross runway 16 left on the ground.
On November, cross 16 left, over to ground, Alaska 60.
And let's see what we got here.
Alaska 1431, traffic on a 4-mile final, November, cross runway 16 left, Western Bravo on the ground.
On November, cross 16 left,
So
over
here's
to
our
ground,
flight to
1431.
Tampa. That's
Alaska
coming
771,
up. We've
contact departure
got
today.
771, so long.
let's see,
Tower
Baltimore.
3044, November,
That
cross
is,
runway 16 center,
looks
hold
like
short,
they're
runway 16 left.
taxing out.
Cross center and hold short
Or
on
they're
16 left.
they're pushing back right now. Seattle to Fairbanks. They will be pushing back. That's an A220 as well. Aero Mexico, Seattle to somewhere. Our JetBlue flight, Seattle somewhere. Okay, so we've got a lot of flights in transition right now, so it looks like there's a lot of aircraft with their transponders on right now, but not necessarily going anywhere at the moment. But we'll keep tracking our flight. So we get our next flight up will be a flight to Tampa. And they should be coming right down that way. So the game plan is, just in case you're wondering, we're going to stream here until about 10 p.m. local, which is another 45 minutes or so. So hopefully we can catch some aircraft on the flight. So here we got a close flight here. Got that. So Alaska flight. So you can see it's kind of random. I mean, like, to me it's random. I'm sure to air traffic control it makes perfect sense. Like why all of a sudden is this flight? This flight is from Tampa going
3923,
here to Seattle.
cross runway 16 center, hold short, runway 16
And then
left.
literally
Cross
on the
16
outbound,
November, short 16
that's just
left,
taxiing
293.
right past it right now is a flight outbound to Tampa. Normally they turn the plane around and it goes back to where it came from, but I guess in this case they've got two aircraft that they're doing that with.
Alaska
We
326,
do have a
turn
flight
left at Mike,
coming
available
in.
behind your company, contact ground.
Let's
All right,
see
left
here.
turn,
We've got
Mike, we'll go behind
from
company and over to
Sacramento,
ground, Alaska 326.
I'm sorry, E175.
Sky 3044, traffic on the runway is exiting prior to you, and November, cross runway 16 left,
Gonna be
beam your
off
gate,
of
contact
see
ground.
our little
Roger,
cloud
cross
shelf
16 left at November,
there.
beam and gate, contact ramp, Sky was 3044.
And then we should see, there they are.
Sky 3923 at November, cross runway 16 left, active beam your gate via Bravo, contact south ramp.
All right, cross 16 left
All right.
via November, and then a beam the gate contact the ramp.
There's our flight
23.
to Tampa. You know, it's interesting. So I use this app. It's a relatively new app. I use this app called ATC for my audio. I'm going to do a review on it for the channel for people who are plane spotters, either whether or not you're professional, quote unquote, professional plane spotters, or you're just somebody that's an enthusiast. I think that this app is kind of redefining how plane spotters will work. Oh, wow. Why is it? Okay, so my autofocus, I'm going to have to mess around with that a little bit. But it's a really cool app for monitoring activity on the field, but it does a lot more than what like Flight Radar does, but it also doesn't do exactly what Flight Radar does. So they're great companion apps. But I use this for all of my audio nowadays. It just makes a lot more sense. So if you're a plane spotter by hobby, look into it. And if you're just somebody who casually listens in every now and then, it's one of those things where it might be fun to have. I like I said, I'm going to do a full review on it because I've been using it so much that I ended up subscribing. So, and then my Flight Radar subscription just renewed today, as a matter of fact. All right, so let's see where we're at here. We've got so our Tampa to Seattle flight just arrived. Seattle to San Francisco.
Geaux 4043, Seattle Tower.
And here goes our flight to Tampa. Off in the distance, there they are. And we got, where are they? I might have missed them already. Yep, I missed them. So each time I go live, I try and test out a new piece of equipment. This is completely irrelevant to plane spotting, but it's something that I figure I can share in the early stages of the channel because it's one of those things that as the channel grows, I want to be able to kind of highlight the things that made a difference and things that didn't make a difference in terms of technology, in terms of strategy, in terms of style, in terms of technique, all that stuff. And
Geaux 4043, pop across and 16
so
left, 99 via Bravo, contact ramp.
I've got
across,
so ATC app is one of those things I'm going to talk about, but then I just picked up a monitor for my camera that allows me to see about 2.5 times the screen real estate that I have had before, and allows me to focus in on things a little bit and see what is in focus and versus what's not. So this, I'm not going to gatekeep any of this stuff. You know, there's a lot of plane spotters out there that do not like to share what they use because they think it gives them a competitive edge, and the reality is it doesn't. It's all about the content. So you could have the best lens possible, but if you've got bad content, it doesn't really matter. But in our case here, we're going to grow. We're going to grow with the content. So as the content gets more and more exciting, more stuff to show, we will continue to upgrade the equipment because it's a hobby for me and it's kind of fun to do. All right, so next up here, this is our flight to San Francisco. The 737-800 series. All right, and they are still waiting on them.
Left 628, still there you go.
We're up Alaska 628.
All right, 628, ready to go.
628, wind 210 S6, runway 16 left, clear takeoff.
16 left, clear for takeoff, Alaska.
There they go. I think next time we set up here, we might be a little bit off to the left of where we are now so we can catch that departure angle. The culprit when it comes to that, though, is that guy right there.
November crossing 16 center, hold short, north.
That thing is in the way, and it is, so you have to kind of, for lack of a better term, you have to kind of thread the needle.
Alaska 611, Seattle Tower, you with me?
Yeah, we're up.
Alaska 611, November crossing 16 center, hold short, 16 left.
All right, there you
Cross
are
16 center,
on their
November,
way
and hold
out
short,
of here.
16 left, Alaska 11.
Let's see if we got anybody coming in. Oh, we do. We have a flight, an Alaska flight from Kansas City, right there. And there they go. Okay, so back to our main
66 November crossing 16 left on the ground.
Cross 16 left, over the ground, Alaska 66.
There's our flight that just took off.
611 at November crossing 16 left on the ground.
Cross 16 left and then ground, Alaska 611.
So we do have a lineup now. Oh, you guys have been looking at this. We do have a lineup now. So we've got a Alaska flight
cross 16
heading to
center,
Juneau.
November.
737 MAX 8. Right behind that, we have a flight to Anchorage, A220 to Anchorage. We also have a flight to San Diego, MAX 9, a 175 to Spokane, and then finally a 737 MAX 9 with a Mariners livery, which we probably won't be able to get to well, but we'll try. That is also, that's kind of bringing up the rear here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planes are going to be heading out here in short order. Let's go ahead and switch over to our full view.
Up, cross 16 center, cross 16 left, over to ground, Alaska 501.
That's 234 November crossing 16 left, hold position, kind of ground.
Clear cross 16 left, contact ground, Alaska 234.
Alaska 71, Seattle Tower 16 left, line of way, traffic crossing.
1.16 left, Alaska 71.
Try and get that focus. So this lens definitely does struggle with focus late at night, which is to be understood. Like where I can't see anything, but try and keep it. Might have to switch over to manual focus pretty soon here. Now, this is really cool, guys. What you're seeing in the stream, and what I'm seeing on camera is actually it's kind of crazy, but it is I can see better what I see in the camera than what I can see with my own eyes in terms of like the light. It's pretty cool.
Take off 16 left, Alaska 71.
But this will probably be a good time, you know, kind of wrap things up. We'll get these planes out of here and then call it.
Wait, 16 left, Delta
Just because I see that we're kind of running out of daylight here, and pretty soon I'm going to start boosting ISO and doing all that fun stuff, and I don't know if I really want to do that. What is that? Okay. I did not tell it to do that, but okay.
Papa, Tango, November, Hotel.
Okay.
500 Tower 119 airplane.
99, good day.
We'll try and catch this Mariners flight. What do we have coming up after that? We got a flight to...
United 360, just want to confirm landing clearance 16 right.
United 360, runway 16 right, third line.
Third line 16 right, thanks.
That's about it after this Mariners flight. So that's probably what we'll do. We'll do the Mariners flight, and then we'll probably call it for tonight.
2613, Seattle Tower, wind 2107, runway 16 right, clear line.
Clear land 16 right, Delta 2613.
Yeah, seriously. I what I see with my bare eyes, I cannot see the plane. I can see the lights. I cannot see the plane. What I see through the monitor is way brighter. It's kind of crazy.
South 760, Seattle Tower, wind 2107, running 16 right, clear line.
16 right, clear line, Southwest 760.
Mach 249 to November, hold short, running 16 center, behind company from the right.
On November, hold short 16 center, behind company.
Trucker Norm, you're always
Mach
welcome.
249, monitor tower, 119.
Thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate anybody that drops in, even for a little bit. It's just one of those things. It's a hobby. I love sharing aviation with other people, and to the extent that I can, get people interested in it, and maybe they can take it on as a career, or they just continue to pass it on to people. And it's kind of a flight, an affinity for flying. I just I want to support that. So again, thank you for always coming in and commenting. It's always appreciated for our tiny little channel as we get rolling here. There's a lot more to come. I got a lot of great ideas and things that I want to do, but it's baby steps, right? When you're a hobby and you're not dropping a few G's just to get started, you're just kind of building as time goes on. That's what we're gonna do. All right, so this is our, let's see if we can get focused in here. This is our Mariner flight. There we go. There's the Mariners.
Seattle Tower, Alaska 1368, ILS 16 right.
Alaska 1368,
Which
Tower, wind
I was
207,
stunned.
right, clear line.
16 right, clear line, Alaska 1368.
Maybe I shouldn't be stunned, but I was stunned to learn that they are ahead, or at least as of last night, they were ahead in the AL West, which, given the way they started, I had no idea that was even a possibility. The Mariners always do this. They always do this to us. They start off slow, they get really good, they get really hot in June, sometimes May, and then they just tank in July. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But
United 360, turn left at Papa, hold short, run Elm 6 center.
I didn't grow up a baseball
short,
fan living in New Orleans.
United,
We didn't have a baseball team. I just cared about the Saints, and
United 360,
they
monitor
have their
tower,
own story.
1999,
Okay, so that is, it looks like that's our flights. We've got the one Mariners flight that's on its way out of here, headed to Alaska, Sitka, Alaska. And they're going to be right coming up here. And then I think that'll be it for this evening. We got a bunch of aircraft coming in on the right-hand side, but they are just dark, dark, dark against a cloudy nighttime sky. So it's really hard to see them. And I'm already, I'm a little bit dark as it is. But this will be our weekly stream, and we will try. I will try to get back here towards the end of next week, or this coming week, I guess. I'm going to try and get in a little bit earlier than Sunday. Maybe Friday. We'll see. Friday the 3rd, a little July 4th stream. I don't know. We'll see. I have to work on. Can you believe it? I have to work on July 4th.
Delta 2613, turn left to Papa, hold short, running 16 center.
Left on Papa, hold short 16 center, 2613.
Delta 2613, monitor tower, 119.9.
99.
Hey, welcome, you guys. For those of you joining, we're kind of wrapping up here. It's obviously we're getting to. This is nighttime here, right, for us. So we're gonna be wrapping pretty soon here. I don't really have much in the way of new aircraft that are coming in. We might get one that crosses here in a moment. I hear them. There they are. Yeah, a little Southwest flight. But yeah, we're getting late night here, so we're going to be wrapping up. Make sure, if you haven't, well, you probably have, but if you haven't, like and subscribe. Subscription is more important than liking, at least for me. because then you get notified of when I'm going online, which is completely random and just completely whenever the hell I feel like it. It really just comes down to timing, availability, work schedule, all that other stuff, because since this is a hobby for me. We do have a flight coming in on the right-hand side here. Where are you? Because I can see your lights. Are they all lined up for the left side? They might be all lined up for the left side. How's the weather in Oslo, Norway, by the way? I'm kind of curious. Because it's getting a little bit nippy here.
1997,
I'll kind of point it at the arrivals, the little arrivals window that I've got here. If I can kind of straighten it up a little bit. There we go. And catch our flight. There it is. So we've got our departing flights here on 16 left out of Seattle. And then arrivals are usually on 16 right, at least that time of day. But yeah, we're gonna be kind of wrapping soon here because I didn't bring enough layers to last the evening. Although my data and my power is plenty for the evening. But I do want to thank everybody for joining in because this is, this is so much fun to be able to do this kind of stuff and share it with you guys. We got, yeah. Oh, I can hear fireworks. So that's not gunshots. So for those of you who live in Europe, think that the U.S. is all about guns and stuff like that. It's fireworks. 4th of July is next weekend. 250th anniversary of the United States. So I have a feeling there will be a lot of fireworks going off over the next week or so.
1368, monitor tower 119.9.
99, Alaska 1368.
All right, what's this flight that is departing on this runway here? Oh, this is headed out to LAX 737 MAX 8. 26 degrees Celsius. That's not bad. That's not bad. I take that kind of right now as the man, my autofocus. I just not a fan of it. Switch back over to manual here.
Delta 2016, Seattle Tower 12107, run around 6 right, code line.
Code line 16 right, Delta 2016.
There we go. Now I can
look fine for
get
now.
myself.
Thank you.
There we go. Yeah, I'll take 26. I don't even know what it is right now, but it's cold. Getting cold. And of course, I grew up in United States South, which is this time of night is probably in the summer months is probably 80, 85 Fahrenheit, and then it gets up to 95 during the day, but it also gets up to 100% humidity, which, for what it's worth, it is it's rough. It can be rough, for sure. It's been an interesting evening. We have not had our heavies that I thought we would, and I'm actually looking down the flight path right now, and I just don't see any. Oh, well, we do have an Hawaiian coming in. Yes. Okay. Here we go. We got an A330 coming in from Honolulu on the left-hand side, thankfully, and we're going to catch them. And I'll finally get a chance to use my heavy alert, which I'm excited about.
Approach for 168.
Alaska 599, Seattle Tower 12005.
All right, let me zoom on over there.
Alaska 599.
Alaska 719, taxi via Papa, Tango, November, hold short, run L6.
Here it comes! Get ready for the heavy!
And there we are. they gifted us with a heavy arrival at the last possible moment that we could do this. And that's great. That's a good way to kind of end the show. So, yeah, we'll be back. I'll be back a little bit later in the week. I'm not sure if it's going to be Friday or Saturday. If it's Saturday, it'll be in the evening. If it's Friday, it could be anytime during the day. And I might actually turn it into a multi-airport stream on Friday. I'm just not entirely sure how that's going to work just yet, because we have Payne Field, we also have Boeing Field, and then we have Seattle International. So I'm going to try to hit as many fields as I can if it makes sense. So, for instance, if the Dreamlifter is coming into Payne Field, I will be there. If we have some heavy aircraft coming into Seattle, I will be there. If we have any cool planes like test aircraft or whatever going into Boeing Field, I will be there. So I'm going to do my best to hit those. It's going to be a lot of driving. It's going to be a lot of setting up, tearing down. But we're going to try and do something fun like that. So until that time, until the next stream, I want to say thank you again to everybody who has chimed in, has contributed to the channel, except for that one person that said something really mean and not necessary. But other than that, I want to say thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for supporting us. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button. So next time I'm online, you'll get a chance to see more action in the Seattle area. But until then, you guys have a good one. Have a good night. Have a good morning for those of you in Norway or wherever you may be watching from. And then if you're watching on the replay, thanks again for watching the replay. I really appreciate it. Until then, y'all have a good one. Have a great rest of your day, great evening. Until next time.
Charlie, Papa with the traffic. Helicopter 7 line 300 feet down, no factor. Crossing winds with 32070, runway 14 right, clear for takeoff, Al-Qaeda departure approach.